Welcome to No Stats, where we call it how we see it. Peach, we got to get into the dynamic, right, and the perspective and landscape of the NBA. I think a lot of people, at least in this last decade and a half, has looked at the NBA in the way the players treat each other as there's been a soft narrative, right? With everyone's friendly and buddy and swapping jersey, and there's not really any rivalries. A lot of the old heads and younger guys who like to think of themselves as old heads say the NBA is soft. It's not the same brand of basketball. I wanted to do this topic because I feel like it's not as, it's trending in that direction as of lately. You got Dylan Brooks in the Draymond incident, or just rivalry, right? Or Golden State as a whole.
With that, yeah, because he been getting his fair share talking with Klay Thompson a lot.
Absolutely, bro. Then you got Luka with the Suns and Devin Booker. Even though these guys might be friends off the court, but it's still that competitive nature, right? I feel like P-Bev carries that. I feel like Dame always carries that, but I feel like you get a lot of guys. Russell Westbrook carries that, but I feel like now you're getting into a lot of these rivalries and a lot of these storylines is about that. I want to know your take on it. I want to know if I'm overthinking it, or is the NBA becoming more of a aggressive, or competitive sport again, as they like to say it was in the 80s and 90s.
I think it's great for the league, bro. I think, like you said, a lot of these guys, when they get in between those lines, it's no holds bar. It's no friends, none of that shit. I'm rocking with my side, you're rocking with your side. And I think also, and I'm taking this from, I follow Patrick Beverley's podcast. He's a funny dude, man. And he said, a lot of guys don't be about it. And to use an example, he said that, he went up and blocked DeAndre Ayton's shot. DeAndre Ayton had elbowed him. He said he sold the foul and shit. He said DA walked over to him and was like, how you like that elbow? People was like, what? Fuck out of here. He said, so after the game, he said he see Devin Booker in the locker room. They coming out. He started chopping it up. He said he see DA over there getting food. He walk over. He stand behind him and shit. He's like, yo. He's like, what's up now? So look, he turned around with this soft ass voice like, I'm ignoring you. He said, nah, you're not ignoring me. He said, I'm right here. He was like, what's up? He was like, I'm trying to ignore you, Pat. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? And then KD came over like, come on, Pat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Chill. Pat was like, oh, all right. But I think it's a lot of those situations. In between those lines, guys is going to wear their emotions on their sleeve, and instances like that. And then I think we also do have pure rivalries built into it. I think this, and even though Draymond's not going to look at the Grizzlies as a rivalry because, they don't have the rings, they haven't been relevant that long, I still think in that heart of battle, those battles is rivalry battles, just based on the noise built around it, how tough they play each other. They've matched up. Golden State eliminated them in the play-in tournament years ago. Memphis eliminated Golden State a couple years ago in the play-in tournament. Golden State just eliminated them in the playoffs last year, and all the energy that's built up around this, I consider that's a rivalry for me. And the same thing when you could go with the Mavericks and the Suns, as in you got the Devin Booker and Luka rivalry where there's no beef on the court, but when they're on the court, it's beef. You know what I mean? So,
and I think there's a couple more examples of that, even out east, right? You got the Sixers in Boston. I feel like Embiid has his scraps with Marcus Smart or whoever it may be. That's a rivalry that I feel like has been heating up over the years. And I feel like there's another one I'm drawing a blank. But I say that to say that these teams are getting more competitive, right? There's not that so much of that. And they may swap jerseys after the game. But the most important thing is on the court. On the court, if you're bringing that competitive edge and things like that. And I think that's the direction, the NBA is kind of going back towards. A lot of players, I feel like the not respect level, but a lot of players don't care about what you did. what you've
especially
done,
these
what you're
new
doing.
generation
Yeah, bro.
that's coming into the league.
They
don't give a fuck.
And I think, yeah, bro, and I think that's, and not to, we're a sports sports channel, but I feel like that's a reflection of just the youth in general, bro. I feel like in music and everything, like there's not a lot of respect for the greats that came before you. I feel like it's just like, I'm out here, I'm getting this money, I'm doing this right now. You're not better than me. I don't care.
At all.
And a lot of people look at that like it's great. And, have that confidence in yourself. But like your man Shea talking about Brian and he was strong and big and I ain't paying attention to his game.
He didn't have, I get it to a certain extent.
I get what he's saying, to a certain extent. Right. I'm
but
not
also have some respect.
Can run that fast and be that strong. Yeah, but have some respect. You know what I mean?
And I think the piggyback off that, like you said, I think their measurement is different. We're used to measuring guys best on their resumes. Like, oh, you got 5 championships. You did this. And I think these guys are measuring it as, if we check up one-on-one, you can't beat me, bro. Like,
I get it.
You're more, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it, bro. But you how many great
muscle being opposed to some shit. But like, if you
we're talking about
would you?
I get it, bro. I don't want to cut you off, but I get it, bro. But one-on-one in the game of basketball is two different things.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
bro.
If Shea want to say one-on-one, I'm still taking Brian. But at the same time, it's just like, like respect this guy's game and what he's given to the game of basketball and what he's allowed, what barriers he's breaking down for you to be able to. If Shea want to leave OKC and do what he want to do, I feel like, not that LeBron's the first to do it, but I feel like that door was kind of at least nudged, and it was a dent in that door because of LeBron James. And
absolutely, especially to a bigger worldwide scale, like a mega superstar like that.
Exactly, and we're not going to say, and no disrespect to Charles Barkley, but LeBron's not Charles Barkley. Like, Charles Barkley was just grabbing rebounds, running down the court, and dunking that shit. Like, Charles was on some, they called him the round mound rebound. Like, he was going up, grabbing boards, putting it back. His game was very physical, or Shaq in his later years that was just physical. Bron's not that. I get it. He's 6'8". He's a physical specimen, but Bron's IQ, Bron's skill is still on a different level. I know it's not on the level of a Kobe Bryant. I think Kobe Bryant is one of the most skilled. I think Kobe is more skilled than Michael Jordan. I
think Kobe's the most skilled basketball player.
He might be
of all time, and
I agree.
It's crazy because when you really watch, and I watch a lot of Kobe highlights, especially, since his passing, and I was like, damn, being at the age that I was at during the era when Kobe was doing all this shit, you start getting fabricated in the stats, and you look past basketball as the art that it is, and you're like, yo, all right, the dude shot the ball a lot, he's a high volume scorer, but like, did you see the footwork on that play? Did you see the double pump fake, spin off the right shoulder, left hand bank shot? Did you see the pump fake step through here? Oh, throw the shit off the backboard to myself, kiss that bit and then finish with my left hand. Like, a lot of shit that Kobe was doing was fucking crazy, bro.
It was
crazy, and it didn't matter if it was Game 5 in the semifinals on the road. It could have been Wednesday night in Charlotte. And he was still going to give you 47. Like, he had a different type of grit.
And the game slowed down.
It was crazy, bro.
Right. And when Kobe played, bro, it seemed like he was, like, literally like, okay, I got this. I got that. Like, he was a robot, bro. Like, this is what I'm going to take. I can get here. Yeah, Kobe's game was different,
and if you stop that, he got a counter for that. You stop absolutely. That, he has a counter. Like, who has counters for the counters? Like, bro, that don't even sound fucking right. Like, come on, man.
No, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. I agree, man. And that's why I say, man, we just gotta give some homage to these guys. And I get it. You don't have to like everybody. I'm not saying that. You can have your favorites and those things, but we got
a good balance, man. They got to keep it like the Russ and Dame situation, with them being up in the playoffs years ago before, Russ went to Washington and Houston. But when Russ was in OKC, him and Dame used to go at it. And I remember Dame saying on the interview, He was like, y'all think me and Russ don't like each other. He said, that's my mans. He said, we chop it up. But once again, in between the lines,
yeah, we going
and Russ like that with everybody, bro. What?
Hell yeah.
I'm like, damn,
bro.
man.
Like I used to bust your ass in practice.
I'm up all time in the series. Don't let Steph call it.
No, but another thing I want to touch on, bro, is these Lakers without LeBron, and more specifically Austin Reaves. Just quickly,
Kobe's nephew.
Give me your rundown on Austin Reaves. Why you think his game is blossoming right now? Is it sustainable, right? And is it something that can carry him, on the lines of sustainable, carry himself to a big contract, and carry the Lakers to a little run in the playoffs? Can he be that fourth guy? I'll say.
Honestly, bro, I think so, and I'm gonna not to discredit Austin Reeves' craft and what he does, but I think you have to give a lot of credit to Darvin Ham on letting him be him. You get a lot of coaches that try to box you in. He doesn't do that with Austin. He lets Austin be him, and you've seen, like, Austin Reeves is so confident now. Like, if you look at Austin Reeves' highlights from the beginning of the season to now, he's confident. He's in the team, and credit to the team as well. They're trusting him. They're like, yo, the shot clock's at 14. Yo, get the ball to Austin. Come up here and get the ball. Go screen and roll with AD and do whatever the fuck you want, bro. And that's helping him grow and mold as a player. And I take it like to put an example on it. I look at it as like a 10 times better Alex Caruso situation. You see, Alex Caruso had his good 2-year stint in LA, and he goes and gets like a $36 million contract with the Bulls. I think Austin Reeves could double that just because how good he is offensively. Doesn't back down. I think this is sustainable. I think the thing is, though, throughout the playoffs, what are you going to do with him once the Lakers get healthy? I love him in the bench role. He started last night and looked phenomenal.
Really good.
So he shows you that it don't matter where you put him at. I think you put him back on the bench when Bron comes back, just so you could have that type of guy coming in, a spark, and you need that. So, you keep the starting five. I think you keep Malik. I think you put Malik Beasley back in the starting lineup next to D'Angelo Russell. You go Bron, AD, and Jared Vanderbilt. And then you bring, Dennis Schroeder. You'll bring Austin Reeves. When Lonnie gets back healthy and gets himself back into the rotation, you bring him in. William Gabriel's been playing phenomenal.
Can't forget about Troy Brown. Make some big shots.
Troy's been starting too, so that's interesting. The only reason I would rather Malik Beasley start because he's a little bit of a better shooter. Takes a lot of stupid shots, but he's a
come
better
playoff
shooter.
time, and I want to end here, but come playoff time, right? What's your rotation? Because the rotation is going to shrink come playoff time. You're playing your best players, right? So of course you're playing D. Russ, you're playing Malik Beasley, I think. LeBron, AD, Vandy. Who's the 3 to 4 players that's coming off the bench, right? You got to have a big. You got to have a big coming off the bench. And I heard they were working out Tristan Thompson. I seen that somewhere.
His veteran presence will be lovely.
Might be big. Coming off the bench, that might be big. Just grab some boards.
I also think
now, though, if we're going right now, who's the 3-4 coming off the bench for you? Schroeder, Reeves, and you got 2 more.
You got 2 more, and this is my thing, bro. I think, and Darvin Ham is okay with this. He does this at a pretty good fashion. He's still a new coach, still figuring shit out. I think you go based on the matchups, based on the game. I think if you need a scoring big out there, you go with Rui Hachimura. I think if you want more hustle, you need extra rebounds, a little bit more of a defensive presence. I think you go William Gabriel.
I don't like William Gabriel.
You don't like William, bro? William be out there hustling, bro.
He does hustle, man. But
he's dumb, no offense, but
he gonna say he's dumb. You can't give him a compliment and call him dumb, bro.
He makes dumb plays, but
yeah, sometimes it's just like they could have again, not to take, like you said, not to take nothing away from Wayne Gabriel. Like when he goes out there, he does what he does, and he deserves to play for somewhere.
That's a good motor.
Yeah, he has a place on the team. But I'm just saying, if I can get Tristan Thompson and have him come in, and give those minutes, a guy who's been there, a guy with a bigger body, more physical, can grab more boards. Like I feel like there's nothing,
and he has this more too.
Yeah, there's nothing Wayne Gabriel can give you that's really good. Tristan Thompson can board, be a presence, and give you some leadership and some experience. What is Wayne Gabriel's number one asset? If you're going to say hustle, it's like in the playoffs, we need a little bit more than that.
Absolutely.
So that's my thing. But don't get me wrong, bro. I think the Lakers can still get that 7-6 seed.
I don't think they get 7-6 seed. Yeah, Lakers drop
receipts.
What you say? Receipts. But listen, bro, I feel like they could have already secured this, but it's like they're like this. And I know Bron's out of the lineup, but they shot up tonight.
Their schedule, but
then
they
dropped down
easier.
to fucking 11th. Bro, I guarantee they about to play the Bulls back to back. What do you bet they drop one of them games versus the Bulls, bro?
Bet it. Let's
do it. Let's do it like
some money.
Yeah, let's do a light $20 bet. You could cover my fee for the Riverside account next month.
Bet it.
I guarantee they drop
They won both of them. I
wish we could pull the Lakers schedule up. I was just looking at it the other day. Like they gotta play. They're gonna see the Timberwolves. Bro, it's just so many games that I'm like, they're winnable games, but the Lakers shoot themselves in the foot. Anthony Davis has games sometimes where I'm like, bro, do you not realize? I'm gonna continue to say this. You have zero room for error. Fucking laundromat owner,
bro. Thunder, Bulls, Timberwolves, Rockets, Jazz, Clippers, Suns, Jazz.
They're going to drop one of the games versus the Clippers. They're going to probably lose to the Suns again. They're going to...
They just beat the Suns.
They just beat the Suns. They'll probably lose to them going forward. They're going to drop the game versus the... I guarantee they lose that game to the Timberwolves.
Nah.
I guarantee it.
No. They're going to give them 40. They're going to win 4, bro, in a row, right? 5. They might win 5 in a row right now. They're going to beat OKC at home. Beat the Bulls at home. Go to the Bulls and beat them. They might slip to the Timberwolves, but they'll beat the Rockets and beat the Jazz. They might lose to the Clippers, but they're going to beat the Suns, beat the Jazz, end of the season at home. Finish the season out.
I guarantee they got one of them Bulls. They're not going to beat the Bulls. The Bulls, and this is the thing. The Bulls is the Eastern Conference Lakers.
Do
they're
me a
the Lakers in the Eastern Conference, so they're playing for the same shit.
Do me a favor, bro. Crop this Jones, because just for those who don't know, Peach does the snippets for the clips that goes on the TikTok and the Instagram and all that. So crop this out so we have this saved. And I want my dub.
Steph is gonna be covering my fee next month. I can't wait. Bet the 20. Let's do an air shake real quick. Bet the 20. They're gonna lose to the Bulls. Fuck around and drop 2 straight. They were just 11 the other day. I'm like,